Hi guys, welcome back from spring break. Hope you had a good Easter. Happy birthday, Jack. Hope that was awesome. Sorry we're missing you, but there's a Flipgrid on there, so make sure you guys go in and say happy birthday to Jack. Okay, so we are back to learning. So this is required, and I'm going to go over what your must-dos are and then what you have the option of doing. So I made a calendar, or kind of a schedule for us, not a calendar, and then I'm going to go off of the daily slide plan that we sent to you guys that will be on Google Classroom every day, and you actually have a couple weeks of it, so if you want to go ahead, but I don't recommend that. Really important right now is you guys being able to have a place to work, have a schedule, have that balance of being able to work, have fun, be outside. The weather's going to be amazing. So this is what I did out. Okay, so there you are. Good morning. And I thought, if you guys can remember your poem and you want to say it, go ahead. It's a good way to start the day. So for Benchmark, we're going to be reading out of Benchmark. The water famine is the first story. Your job's going to be to identify and summarize the key events. So a couple things that you'll have in there. You will have a video to watch, and you have another thing called the weekly presentation, and that will help you. It kind of gives you, I don't know, like a graphic organizer for your summarizing the key events, and like put the key events and then you do a summary. So if you want to copy that, you can. I kind of recommend having probably some kind of notebook, and you don't really need to have it maybe for every subject, because you have your writing notebook, so you could use it for both the math and the reading. So that's what you're going to work on today. You're going to read water famine, and you're going to find the key events and then summarize those. So writing, we're a little bit ahead of the game. We already started this, so in your writing, we might even have the first paragraph done. You're going to be, okay, there's your water. Woo. Oh, I also have the video in there. Did I say that already? I don't know. But the video, watch the video too. So for the writing, you're going to be using your social studies book, and you're going to read pages 99 to 106. So it's kind of long, but it'll give you a lot of good information. If you want to do any additional research, feel free, but I don't think you need to. So you're writing on the events that led to the American Revolution, and today you are responsible for writing your, here, I'll show you what it looks like. You guys have this. You're going to be writing your first paragraph. So in your first paragraph, you will have your hook, and then you should mention those 3 events that you feel like led to the American Revolution. You will have a Google Doc. See where it says where? There should be a Google Doc that you will be able to start today, and then you just continue each day, and you write a paragraph each day, and then by Friday you'll have a 5-paragraph essay, and that will be turned in, so to say, into me, and then I will be looking those over, and I will be giving you feedback. So you're not getting graded, but you are getting feedback. So it is work that does need to be completed. So don't think that, oh, she's not grading it, it doesn't matter. It does. So please complete it. Okay, so that's reading, writing. If you have any questions, and the notebook could be good for this too, write them in your notebook, and then we will have Zoom meetings on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. That's what I'm trying for. And you can ask your questions then, or if it's something you need immediate feedback on, you need to email me so that I can get back to you. And I will be on my computer pretty much all day, and I will answer you ASAP. All right, so to math. A couple things you're going to be given every time. You're going to be given a little review, which is a Quizlet. And it might be fractions, it might be multiply, dividing. Today it'll be division. You will have a couple videos to watch. Number Rock and King Henry video. This has to do with converting units of measure. We're going to start with length and move on from there. So you will be using your math, both your books, your workbook to kind of do some of the work in, and then the homework to also do. In addition, I totally forgot, in both reading and math, you are required to do 30 minutes of iReady math instruction. I do have access to that, so I will see if you are completing that or not. We're going to do this at least for 2 weeks, and if for some reason I don't know, we find something else that's better, then we will do that. But you guys are required to do 30 minutes a day of both, so that is a full hour. Those are must-dos. In addition to that, you have PE and you have music. Those are also must-dos. And then as far as all the other good stuff that you'll find on here, whoops, that's Wednesday. You will have enrichment. So it could be science, it could be social studies. I will have my read aloud that you can click on. We'll start a new book. Hopefully you finished our last one, which was This Island Isn't Big Enough for the Four of Us. It is in Google Classroom. It is all finished, all 23 chapters. Feel free to do a mind picture. That would be kind of fun. And then you'll have a DC story time, which is also all the teachers doing short book read alouds. And then there's a direct draw. And these are just things that you can do. You don't have to do, but feel free. Okay. So anything else I needed to tell you? Get a notebook, email me. Oh, I didn't say this. For your writing benchmark, you guys know how to do this, so I shouldn't have to tell you. But as you're reading, you need to be annotating. So highlighting, not the whole thing. Circle things, underline. Eventually, when we are done, just like always, after a couple weeks, we are going to be completing that back page of vocabulary. So as you're going along after the first story, I think I put it on Friday's day, Thursday or Friday, you'll do, I don't know, temporary, scarce, and those are probably, oh, and obliterated. And you will have to do your definition in your sentence. And again, not sure I'm going to see this, but being proud of everything you do, taking your time and taking pride, make sure capital, period, all that good stuff. Use your context clues in your benchmark to help you with that. Okay, so let's get going on math, making sure I have, trying to figure this out. Thank you for being patient. This is my handy dandy little ladder. All right. Okay, we'll see how this works. All right, so for math, you're gonna watch some videos and they're fun. So it's Number Rock and King Henry, and it kind of gives you fun ways to remember how to convert your units of measure. These are metric, and so they're a little bit easier. There's a pattern to it, so knowing your powers of 10, knowing how to move those decimals, that's what you're going to be relying on. So you have, let's see if you guys can see that. It's a little lower than I wanted. Okay, so you have in the middle, you will have your unit of measure. So I don't know if you want to see me or not, but okay. The unit of measure for this one is going to be meter. That one will change each day. So when you go this way, you have decimeter, and then centimeter and millimeter. So you can kind of think back at our Greek and Latin roots and use those to help you remember what those are. And then these are getting smaller, so these are little, and actually I think in one of the videos it shows it as a staircase going down. So I would recommend doing that because that's probably an even better visual, but you know me, I like to see things. So this side, deca, hecto, and kilo, that's getting bigger. So like a kilometer, like when you run a 5K, it's more than 3 miles. Okay, so what you have to do is you're going to have to convert. So they're going to give you a measurement, and I'll do 2 of them, I don't know. And then you have to switch it. And you have a different visual in your math book, and that is, I think, the first page on page 265. But I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. So I do it this way. So what I would recommend is if you have like piece of paper, math notebook that you're working on, write this at the top of it if this works for you, and refer to that as you're doing these problems, because it kind of helps visualize where to move your decimal. So I will start with, I don't want to do the homework page, no, questions, because it's gonna, my gosh, it smells so good out here. I have my, I don't know what that stinky thing is, but I have my mock orange and my pink jasmine and my honeysuckle are all blooming out here, and that's why I decided to be out here. Plus it was a little quieter, so till the neighbor kids start screaming. Okay, so if I have something like 15 meters, that's smack dab in the middle, all right? And if I have to change that, and you'll see an equal sign, and then a line, and then millimeters. So I have to go all the way over here to millimeters. Well, there are a lot of millimeters in 15 meters. So what I would do is I need to move my decimal how many places. So you start here, you have to move it 1, 2, 3. So I start here. Remember, you have an invisible decimal after the 15. So you have 15, and then you have that invisible decimal. Gosh, I hope you can see this. And then you move it 3 places. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So you have to do that. Remember, adding your zeros. And so there are 15,000 millimeters in 15 meters. Now, just for a reference, to kind of give you more of a visual, kilometer, big guy over here, he's like a mile. He's bigger than a mile. A meter, remember, that's like a yardstick. So I don't have one here. I don't own a yardstick. It's at school. Centimeter, so you will see those on a ruler. So those are at the bottom under the inches, because it's different than inches. So it's like the size, I think in one of the videos it says it's the size of your fingernail. And then like millimeter is tiny. So there's 10 millimeters in that 1 centimeter. So those are itty bitty. They say it's a grain of sand. So kind of good things to keep in mind when you're referencing, so that you can use your, like, is it reasonable? So if I said there, you know, if I get it backwards, you know, hopefully you'll see that, that's not gonna work. So, okay, so there's one. Let's try one more. And this is my first time doing it like this, so please bear with me and tell me what would be better. Tell me if I need to do a whole bunch of math problems, or, and we can do some when we see each other on Wednesday too. I can do some math problems then too. So I'm just trying to figure this out, so thank you for being patient. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys so much. Okay, let's try 57 meters. And so that's going to equal this many kilometers. So I wanted to do one that went the opposite direction. So if you have 57 meters in the middle, it's going to be moving to kilometers, which is that way. So we're going to go how many places? 1, 2, 3. So remember my invisible decimals right there. So you do have to remember that. And that's going to go 3 places. 1, 2, 3. I need to add my 0. So it's decimal 0, 5, 7. All right. Okay. So I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to hope that your workbook and the videos can help guide you through this, and you're able to do the homework independently. Be patient with me, be patient with your parents. We're all trying to figure it out. And you do need to make sure that you are doing your part. So you are responsible for, in reading, you are responsible for doing the benchmark, whatever's assigned. You are responsible for doing the iReady for half an hour. You are responsible for independent reading for half an hour. I am pretty sure the majority of you guys are going to make your 40 book challenge. It is amazing. I've been checking them, your Padlets, and you guys are doing such a good job. So we have a lot of time to read. Writing, you are responsible for a 5-paragraph essay that should be completed by Friday. So if you have a paragraph each day, we only have 4 days this week, so you are going to have to kind of move that along. That will be turned in on Google Classroom on Friday. And then for math, you are responsible for watching the videos and doing the classwork. And then on Fridays, usually it's a Friday, you will have, oh, there's a review too. And then on Fridays, you'll have a quiz, some kind of Think Central. So you might want to get onto Think Central. Make sure you can do that. You want to get onto Benchmark. So on these stories, I suggest you read them, but you can listen to them also. If you go on to Benchmark, you can listen to the story, do both. I don't care. Some of them you're going to want to read more than once. What else? Balance. Have fun. Do not spend 8 hours doing this. This should not take you 8 hours. This should take an hour of iReady, half an hour of independent reading, half hour of math, half hour of writing, half hour of reading. Chunk it up. It should not be taking you all day. If you schedule it right, you might have everything done by noon. Then you get and go do your PE, and you do your music, and You bake some cookies. I made pumpkin cranberry ones that were amazing. They were so good. What else? I don't know. I love you all. And this was not our first choice. This is not what we wanted, but we're going to make the best of it. And I have my necklace on, my special necklace. So, yeah.